Well, Hellfire has rocked the riff, and I am back for another Metalhead, Envy. And back with some more Lovebites already. The new album is out, and my buddy Heavy Metal is the law told me the next one I should check out is Soldier Stand Solitarily. I have such a hard time with that word, but y'all will have to let me know in the comments on this one whether or not I should just check out every song on the album. I kinda like that method. I did it with Ghost, but there and again, like I've become obsessed with Ghost. I really, really, really dig Love Bites, but my obsession for with Ghost is a little different. But let's dive on in and see what the ladies are doing with this track. I like that opening riff. It reminds me of something. Like that riff really reminds me of something. Shit, man. Maybe I'll think of it. Speed Queens. Okay. If I can hit the high notes on me. I like that little extra. So they're all firing on all cylinders. Fucking Haruna, dude. Like I've been, me and my drummer this past weekend, we just been going over like drummers we're really, really digging at the moment, and like I have to say, after having that conversation with him, and then you hearing Haruna, like she's got some speed chops. That lady can fucking jam. I think part of it in like my case is especially when it comes to a drummer, seeing how like the versatility, if that makes any sense. Like I'm curious, and I'd have to hear from other drummers. It's like my drummer, he tells me he's like the speed stuff is really cool, and he's able to do it, but he just talks about like to do it a lot, it's all about endurance, which you would think that's common sense and stuff. And then we pull up certain tracks, like uh there's this one song from one of my favorite bands called Sluggage, and I think it's Alan Cassidy is the drummer on the band and everything. And there's a song on the ass end of their debut, or not debut record, but their record, Esoteric Malacology. And my drummer and me will talk about songs we would love to cover, and I keep telling him, I'm like, dude, that's one you should cover because if you pull that off, it's badass. And he'll listen to it and he'll be like, yeah, he's just like, that dude's endurance is ridiculous. The fact that he just holds like the speed that he holds out for that long. And then when I'm sitting here thinking about speed and endurance, Haruna's got to be one of the top ones, right? Or at least out of what I have heard, she has to be very had a shit ton of endurance. All of them though. That tremolo. Yeah, here we go. That's what I was looking forward to. Straight up guitar porn. Yeah. Get it, Bobby. Once again, the ladies make me want to just stop doing this, stop looking at this video, and play guitar. Like, I could sit here and honestly say there's few times, or not few. I wouldn't say it's all the time, but there's certain guitarists once I hear them play, especially like how I do I record stuff and do all this first thing in the morning. And the first thing I do on my agenda of my day is check out songs, react, review, whatever you want to call it. And the Madura Miyako, they every time I'm checking them out first thing in the morning for the rest of the day, I'm just like, I don't want to do none of my other stuff I've got to do. I want to play guitar. And it's just they're so good. Oh, these ladies are so good. I mean, talk about having the drummer having to have endurance. The ladies do too. My band, we just now we just finished one of our newest songs that we're working on for the second record. And it was funny when we first started writing it. I designed it to be a more relaxed song in our set list because the five we play or the six or hell, we've got a few that we can actually play. Normally we keep our set list in between like 6 and 8 songs, and we were doing a 6 song set list at the moment, and a few times by the end of the set list our drummer was like, especially when we just pummel through it, we don't really bullshit that much in between the tracks. By the last track, which our ending track of our set list, our drummer tells us that's the hardest song he has on the drums at the moment. And he was getting, like, basically all of us were slightly fatigued We noticed it a bit more in our drummer this last time, but that day in particular, we had ran through the set list like 2 or 3 times before we got to the show. And so he told us, he's like, yeah, man, he goes, I was wore out. And so we started working on this new song, which we're calling it Vigor Mortis, which I think that's a really cool name. But it was meant to be like a low down slam heavy song that was a bit slower to let everybody have a rest within the set list. And it turned into, it almost is like one of the worst risk killer songs I've got now, because I designed it where I'm downstroking the whole time, and downstroke's like one of my weakest elements. Really, my picking hand is terrible. My alternate picking's terrible. My down picking's pretty bad as well. And it like by 2 minutes into this track, my wrist and shoulder, everything is just burning. I'm like, daggone, man, why did we do ourselves like this? And so now thinking about it like that, I'm curious if any of the ladies of Lovebites have that same issue. I mean, I would imagine the fact that they do this full time and professionally, and all they have to focus on is music, that they actually get to exercise a bit more. And that's why their endurance is up here. Meanwhile, people like me that's still trying to get the music popular and make a living at it are still working our 40, 50, 60 hour a week jobs, and then trying to do the rock star lifestyle as well. Just questions I have in my mind. That's a bit of a rant. I'm going to stop ranting and finishing the song. But when I hear this is all I can think about is all these ladies' endurance is crazy. Haruna, Midori Miyako, Fami, they're just like, they're yeah, like they have to have such damn good endurance, and especially the fact that most people have commented and told me that a Lovebites show normally is like 2 hours long. If I read them right, hopefully, don't quote me on that, but I'm hoping y'all will let me know more in the comments again. That's one of the cool things, is hearing all the anecdotes and trivia that people leave me. But let me stop ranting and let me finish this track real quick. Oh, oh, I like that. That was fucking cool. What was in that drum roll right there? Right there at the ass end. Yeah, right there. That little ding. That was like a bell. I don't know what the hell that was. That was so slick. I like this outro a lot. Okay. Try to catch it every time. I love PlayStation though.
This is live from PS5 with a PlayStation Plus update.
Historic scenes unfolding in San Francisco.
So that was a cool song. I do think it falls within like Lovebites' very comfortable formula. Speed, two solos, solo harmony. I do like where Fami kind of popped up there for a minute at the ass end. I was curious if they would actually add that to their formula, like if Fami would get to do. Hope I'm saying her name right. Uh, I was hoping she would get to shine a bit more than Mio did in the past. I felt like Judgment Day. They actually like they let her. They let the they writ the song. Writ the song. They wrote the song in the sense that the bass got to showcase a hair a bit more. I still think that's why that song so far out of everything I've heard of this new album is my favorite. Because to me, it took all the cool stuff of Love Bites and then evolved it and added the fact that they have a fucking bass goddess as a bassist now. Uh, I do think this song kind of stands. It stands in the same formula that Love Bites has done, the tried and true one, and especially like the hardcore Wolfpack members. I understand why they love this song because it's Love Bites doing every element that they are just fantastic at, which is start the song and do 180 miles an hour till you get to the ending of the song, which is cool. I do I do like to hear Love Bites change it up a hair, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that this isn't as awesome too. I definitely would give this track six horns. Uh, and the only reason why I wouldn't give it higher is because to me, in my ears, and the type of fan I am of Love Bites, I feel like I've heard this one a lot already, and so it kind of like when I hear this and how I went on a rant about endurance, that's what I'm sitting there thinking about. I kind of zone out of like listening to the whole melody and everything that's going on, and I just hear maybe that part of that's the musician in me as well, and I hear it, I'm like, dag on, like how much practice do these ladies do every day to keep their chops up and be able to maintain that speed. And especially then I go down the rabbit hole of like how long their shows are and how they're able to do all that and stuff. Because I mean, maybe where I play live gigs and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and then I guess not only do I write music and play for my own band, I'm in the business side of things as well, where I'm like, how like how many songs like this can I write and still play at least a 45-minute to an hour long show and still perform it to the best of my ability with the strength and health I have at the moment. Like so many different factors going into it for me. Now, once again, everything I say here on my channel is just an opinion, and some people don't like it, some people do, some people appreciate the honesty, some people don't. I kind of in this track in particular, it's badass, but I do think Love Bites kind of does this one a lot. But it's not bad. It's not bad whatsoever. I don't mean that in a negative way whatsoever. I've just like I said, the first track I heard was Judgment Day, and I was like, oh shit, Love Bites is about to kind of like take us in another side and open up another wheelhouse of what they've got going on. But there and again, it's all fantastic, and the ladies know what they're doing. They do a killer job. I mean, they're a phenomenal band, and I'm happy that people here on YouTube said, "Hey, check them out," and I've got to dive into their discography. Once again, this is like Love Bites is a perfect example of what I want out of my whole reaction review thing that I do here on YouTube. Is I want to discover awesome bands across the world and everything like that. But yeah, I can't think of nothing else to really say at the moment. I think MVP to me on this track is Haruna. She is hell. I mean, they're all fantastic. I don't know if I would give it to the strings or the drums because they're all just booking it, man. Makes me. I know I've already said it a million times in this, but endurance is king. Endurance is king. And yeah, so if this ends up being your first time to my channel, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Uh, if you have the time and you want to, and you don't understand when I refer to my own band, you can check us out too. There's a link in my bio. This is some of our merch. This is actually my favorite design we did. We did this for as a Halloween gag gift. You can't read it because it's like the old school metal logo and stuff like that. But we actually just did some new shirts as well the other day, and I feel kind of weird plugging my own stuff like that. Y'all have to let me know in the comments if like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like I have some people tell me that it's like, yo, why don't you plug your band more often? And I'm like, well, man, I fucking talk about it all the time. I don't know how much more I can plug it and shit like that. But either way, like I said, first time here, like, comment, subscribe, and tell me some cool stuff. Give me some suggestions. It doesn't have to be Lovebites, or it could be more Lovebites. Like I said, I'm always trying to increase my music palette with bands across the world and stuff like that. But with all that, stay positive, stay rocking, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.